My experience with Telarus has been wonderful. The staff, from start to finish, the staff who helped me, who introduced the product, who was there to install and answer any of our questions, was just the best. They were friendly, they were knowledgeable, and I would never ever be afraid to ask any questions, or to come up to them for any questions. I know that they're always there for me when I need, and the recyclers have done exactly what we as an organization wanted, and that was member service was a priority. Our security is heightened, and so with that, with their constant innovation and their support, our members are happy, and the Assiniboine Credit Union is happy.
The successes from the implementation, it didn't take very long to implement the device. Like, we had one weekend, we had construction guys come in. They made a spot in our teller wickets where the machines were going to fit into spot. So within a weekend they had the holes there. I believe the next day the guys came, put the machines in, hooked them up, and by the Monday after the weekend they were up and running. So quick, easy turnaround. I mean, we never had a problem. Once they were installed, they worked 100% from being first implemented.
Telarus sent in a service technician, and they do that. They send wonderful service support whenever we need it. And what happened was, one particular branch had to count the machine, and it was just a huge amount of cash in there. And the service technician said, "Wait a minute, there's no need for all this money." And so we thought that kind of dominoed effect all of our beliefs on recycling, and that's how we decided that was a great project to look into.
Telarus fit in there because they are a very well-established company. They're a big enough and well-rooted company that they had the basis, they had the history, they had the technology, they also had the reputation that we were looking for. We didn't want to get into a project like this and then have a product that was maybe new on the market that hadn't been tested, and we had the history of where they had come from. They'd worked through different scenarios, and they were tried and true. So it's like any product. How difficult it is to buy a car. Which model do you want? Where's your price range? What are you looking for? And that's really what we looked at, is what did we want? What were our goals and expectations? And then matching that to the right company that could provide us with what we want. And Telarus was the company.
They truly understand our needs for our organization. Our priority is member service, and second to that is security, and Telarus provides that. So knowing and understanding us from a company that is innovative with their cash processing equals success. So that's why Telarus stands out. Not only that, their support is wonderful. They are always on top of things in terms of service for the machines or any questions regarding the balancing of them.
One of the things is that I find that Telarus has definitely provided Applebank with all the needs that we have where teller cash automation is concerned. It has helped us with reduce in hours of staff. It has helped us to reduce staff. It has helped us with the reduction of teller cash differences. We find it to be a secure system, and it is overall an enjoyable tool to work with.
Telarus stands out because they're quite innovative. I personally have never seen a machine like the cash recycler. I mean, in the past we've used other providers, suppliers that didn't have the recycling ability. And the technology that Telarus provides is really easy to use and just up to date in terms of modern technology.
We've had to call for our service support Telarus a couple of times because I think one of our machines might have went down. Excellent turnaround. I believe when we called them on one day, they would try and fix it over the phone within the first few hours. If the problem still existed, then they sent out, I believe it was within a 24-hour time frame, we had somebody in the branch, and I mean this is rural Manitoba, so you're talking 2.5 hours from Winnipeg. We had somebody in the branch by the next day to be able to look at it and see if there's any problems with the machine, and we got them fixed and back up and running right away.
I believe the success of the rollout of the cash recyclers were really great because both parties were positively determined to and believed in the philosophy of cash recycling, and Telarus was there to support us when needed. In fact, the execution of the recyclers was wonderfully organized that we had on-site support for an entire week during the execution. So it was wonderfully handled, and I don't think it wouldn't have been a success without the support from Telarus.
What I would say about Telarus, the company, if they tell you something, they're going to do it. And that came from showing us what other credit unions were using in cash recyclers, U.S. dispensers, coin counters, all these different products. They gave us the opportunity to take a look, analyze the numbers, talk with different people among the organization. They also, as they said in their service contracts, if we're going to help fix it within a couple of hours, we're going to talk to you on the phone. If we can't, we're going to send somebody out within the day. And so far to date, everything that we've talked about, they've done for us. So it's been a very successful partnership with Telarus to have these machines.
Managers love it, supervisors love it, and most of all, the tellers love it.
In our research, we use word of mouth references to start our search for who's out there and what can we get to service our problem, to solve the problem, make us more efficient. Telarus was recommended to us with the reputation that they had, just the history. It works for us. We've tried and tested them. They're there for everything that we need. And I would highly recommend it to someone else. And I would hope that someone would phone us and ask, how's it going for us? On-site branch visits works great because then you can go see how they work. That's what we did. And to see how it's working in other credit unions and banks. And we were sold on it. So I can't think of another company I'd use.